now tells him, how you will be poor. And that is the reality. We are not into that caliber. But as one of them he wrote, it's very difficult for a person, for a millionaire, and he will regret it when a millionaire tries to live the life of the billionaires. So even then, there is differences. So what should we say? But the point is, some people, when it comes to certain issues in their lives, that's when you really test them. So some people love money. So when it comes the time for zakah, he gets a fever, and he's sick, and he's stressed, and he might need antidepressant, and anti-stress, and all that. And he develops all these problems. Some people, money is not an issue. Money is never an issue. He's so generous, like the wind. Okay? But when it comes to other stuff, maybe some physical exertion, putting some extra effort, like maybe Taraweeh in Ramadan, he fails. Or maybe fasting, he fails. So people are different level. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put the deen to test all of them. To test all of them. This religion is comprehensive and it has everything in it. And there is a test for everything. But they are winners in everything. So tawakkul ala Allah, صدق اعتماد القلب على Allah, that is, your heart needs to be truly in complete connection with Allah. That means you know the only one can benefit you and harm you is Allah. You know that you live for Allah. Maybe you don't know the way. Maybe you're struggling to identify yourself. Maybe you're confused. But once you return and you turn your face to Allah and you ask Him for help, He'll take care of you. لن يضيعك. And that is what takes us to the next point. And that is to give you some of the examples of those people who really had trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And how complete trust and tawakkul on Allah gave its results. But the point is, you have to have it. You have to make the effort to have it. You have to train yourself to have it. But if you are attached to the worldly things, you're attached to the dunya, you're attached to the means out there, and you think, I have to have a job so I can feed myself and feed my family, then there is a problem here. And that is a fundamental needs to be treated from the roots. Very important. And pay attention to what I'm talking about. Siddiq radiyallahu anhu. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, the first Khalifa of the Prophet ﷺ, and the father-in-law of the Prophet ﷺ, and the or the friend of the Prophet ﷺ, and the closest person and the most beloved man to the Prophet ﷺ, had complete trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Complete trust. And one of those examples and one of those episodes that shows you that is when the Prophet ﷺ one time encouraged the believers to donate, to give money for the Muslims, for the poor. So the Sahaba went and everyone got what he can. But Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, Umar goes and he brings a lot of money. So the Prophet ﷺ asked him, what did you leave? He said, Ya Rasulullah, this is half of my wealth, and I left my family the other half. So the Prophet ﷺ made dua for him and prayed for him. Then Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, listen to that, complete trust in Allah. He brings all of his wealth. Again, you remember we talked about hunting for the opportunity. And once you see it, you jump on it. So the Prophet ﷺ says, what is that? He said, Ya Rasulullah, this is all I have. Even to the point where Abu Quhafa, the father of Abu Bakr, was a blind man. So what he used to do, Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, when he would give everything he has, he will get bags and fill them with. So when Abu Quhafa will ask about money, the bag, so he will touch it, he thinks it's money. Just to calm him down. He wasn't a Muslim yet. So the Prophet ﷺ said, what did you leave your family? فقال الصادق أبو بكر قال تركت لهم الله ورسوله. I lived for them Allah and the Messenger. أليس الله بكاف عبده? He said, I left them Allah and the Messenger. That is complete trust in Allah. Unconditional trust. Unconditional trust. You see, usually when you trust someone that you're supposed to trust, father, your mother, your sister, your brother, your wife, your son, your daughter, and they fail to do something, or they do anything that is negative, that trust will shake and will be shaky. It's never before. It's never like before, right? That's what we say. It's never like before. And maybe it will take years. It takes seconds to destroy it. But it might take years to rebuild it. But you are so concerned about rebuilding that. But you look, when your relationship of trust with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you think, what bad did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do me? Nothing. Everything that comes from Allah is good. Maybe you don't see, maybe in your measure it's bad, but in reality, because Allah is the wise, it's good, and the results and the outcome and the fruit of it is great and sweet. So when you are looking with this mentality, you realize that everything that comes from Allah is good. Is good. Then there is no reason for you to untrust Him. There is no reason for you not to have full and unconditional trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah wants good for you, and He will send you what's good, and He will take care of you from the day you're born, even from the day before you're born, the day you were, even before, until the day you die, and after that. Allah is taking care of you. He's giving you from His wealth. He's giving you from His khazan, the air you breathe, and the water you drink, and the food you eat. Who you think it belongs to? It belongs to Allah. And He gives you all that. And He doesn't even ask you to pay. He doesn't ask you to pay. So there is no reason in the world that you should not trust Him and have complete trust, because you trust a lot of people. But when it comes to Allah, complete unconditional trust. That is what Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu resembled. And that's what he stood for. Complete trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why he gave all his wealth, and he said, I left them Allah and the Messenger. Also another example is the mother of Musa alayhi salam. You see, when a mother is told to take care of her kid, she brings him closer to her. She suckles him. She warms him. She might turn her body around him to protect him. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells the mother of Musa alayhi salam, as Fir'aun used to kill the kids, newborn males, because he had the news that one of those males will destroy his kingdom, he would kill them, the kids of Bani Israel, the sons of Israel. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells the mother of Musa, throw him. Throw him. I want to save my son. I want to save my son from corruption. I want to save my son from death. I want to save my son from oppression. And you tell me to throw him? Throw him. Where? On the ground? Maybe someone can find him and take. No, in the water. Throw him in the water. That's the order of Allah to the mother of Musa. Take your son that you're worried about, you want to protect, put him in a box, throw him in the water. In the world, a woman without full trust in the hikmah and the wisdom of Allah will do that. No one, no woman, no man, no one. If you don't have complete trust in Allah, you will not do that. But this is a woman who teaches men and women how to put your trust in Allah. complete trust.